Hello, horrible children. It's Mr. Phillips's art school, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15! Woohoo! We've made 15! Yay! 15, alright. Boy, oh boy, 15. It's taking a while to get through all the pages now. Balls. Alphabet! We did that last week, didn't we? No, we did that yesterday. Block letters. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to block letters. Let's make them look a little bit more 3D than they are. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to give them a shadow. So, block letters and shadow. So, I want you to imagine the light is just coming from one side. Okay, so the light's coming from one side. Let's say, I've got a rubber here. You can see that the shadow. The light's on this side and the shadow's here. I'll just turn off this light so it looks better. See that? See that shadow? Fantastic. Alright, so the light's coming from this side, so this side's going to be shadow. So we imagine that this A is raised a little bit so it casts a shadow, not a huge shadow. Then we can get our grey lead pencil if we want and just put a nice thick line. We don't want it just a little bit down from the top, because if we look at this shadow again, see how it's not going straight across like that. It's not going straight like that, it's coming on an angle, and that makes it look more realistic. So if the light's coming here and it's going to cast a shadow there, yep, and then a shadow there. So anything that is low and on the left hand side, we're going to shade. So this is on the right hand side, so we're not going to shade that, and this is facing out up, so we're not going to shade this, but this would face away. So inside here would be a little hole, and underneath, but not all the way across. And leave, see this little gap here, leave a little gap there, and that makes it 3D. So I'll do that again. So this side, starting from a little bit down, because it's going to cast a little bit of a shadow. It won't go right up to the top. Down to that side. And this side of the little D's. See that? And then underneath. Now, if you've got black, some people use black. Have we got black here? I find black a little bit strong for shadows. What have we got here? A black pen. A black Baby Yoda pen. And people use black. So on this C, it's alright, it's not a great pen, this one. But you sort of, the line's sort of parallel to the C. You can use black. I find black a bit harsh. One thing's really good is a grey text, just an ordinary grey texture. They are fantastic for shadows, not just lettering, all shadows. So remember when we did the balls back here, and we did a little shadow, if I was actually doing that, I'd be using a grey texture, not a black one, but a grey one. Because black's a bit harsh, whereas grey is perfect. So just watch what I do here. One. Then inside. Then. When it's on an angle, it's not so vertical and horizontal. When it's curved a little bit, you've got to use a little bit more judgment. So here's the E. I'll do it this side. So remember, you stick to one side. The light's coming from this side, so this side's going to be in shade, not all the way across. Look how easy it is with a grey marker. I love grey markers because the grey marker is one of those textures that always gets forgotten. That and pink and that sort of pink and purple texture, you always forget that one as well. And so we just keep going. See how quickly I can do this. So go back. If you haven't done the alphabet, go back to the previous video, number 14, and I'll show you how to do the block letter alphabet. Not the most exciting video in the world, but it's pretty good. Once you get it, you never forget. Someone showed me how to do this 30 years ago, and I remember it as if it was yesterday. how quick you can do it. Once you get it, you get it. You want to colour in the block letters, you can colour in the block letters. Oh no, a couple of years ago. All the way around. If you don't have a grey texture, grey pencil's fine. But I guess the main point is, for shadows, don't use black. Try and use grey. I mean, you can use black, but if you've got a grey, use a grey. Looks much better. All right, there you go. That is our block letters with shadows. Woohoo! See you tomorrow.